lived up to what the NFL wanted, right? The NFL wanted two of its best teams to entertain, start with a splash, start with a bang. It's exactly what happened.
Come down to the final play.
What about the Panthers? Where do they fit in this equation?
Go on.
If you watch the Chiefs and the Ravens, there's a part of me that goes, they're in the same league, huh?
Oh, you guys are awesome.
This is what you're chasing. Exactly. That's what you're chasing. And learn. The NFL is a copycat league. It's said by every analyst, every expert. It's a copycat league. And it's not a copycat league because that doesn't work. Mm-hmm. It's a copycat league because when someone else does something well, take that information.
That's the sports in general.
That's probably life. I'm not going to sit here and act like I have life figured out.
Let's be real.
But if you see someone else experiencing something you'd like to experience, figure out how they got there. And last night, there was a level of football on the field, two separate two-time MVPs in there at quarterback, great supporting casts, coaches that each have Super Bowl rings, in one case, multiple. Like that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. The Panthers should watch those teams, watch the teams that the NFL features in prime time, watch tonight's game, and learn. What can they learn from KC and Baltimore? What can the Panthers learn from the Chiefs and the Ravens last night? I've got a big takeaway.
Go on.
Build your offense custom, tailor-fitted around your quarterback. Last night, we saw two separate two-time MVPs. By the way, they went back-to-back. Mahomes wins, then Lamar wins twice. Those two offenses were two of the top-scoring offenses the last 5 years. They could not be more different. You couldn't switch those quarterbacks and have success. And I think Patrick Mahomes is about as inevitable as a quarterback has ever been. You put him on that Ravens offense and ask him to do the things Lamar Jackson does, you're going to get a big, let's go back to, let me call some plays. Let me draw some things up for you. Let me change this more into what me and Andy Reid have come up with. Same in reverse. You put Lamar Jackson in Patrick Mahomes' slot, he's going to go, that's a throw I'm not going to make. That's a throw I'm not going to take. How about this? How about I run more? These two teams are custom fitted to their quarterbacks. And every year, they get more so. Mahomes, I talk about quarterbacks having superpowers. To me, Mahomes might be one of the only quarterbacks with two. He has his improv ability and his ability to throw off-platform crazy throws that we don't see often. You put those two together, what does he need? He needs somebody that is as instinctual and somebody that has a wild catch radius. Oh, look, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, the routes he runs, I mean, they're more suggestions than assignments. It's like, we need you to get to the right side of the field. He's like, don't worry, I'll take nine big looping arcs to get there, but I'll be there and I'll be open. And by the way, if it's not open on the right side of the field, I'm going to the left side of the field. Oh, and by the way, if I see a safety get out of position, I'm just going to take it down the seam. And Mahomes is the same thing. He's like, yeah, break off the route that we called and have practiced 100 times to run down the seam because we're going to throw a touchdown instead. Like, they've built the offense. They've built the roster. They've built the playbook around Patrick Mahomes' abilities and the things he does well. Lamar Jackson, what's his superpower? We know what it is.
He's fast.
He's definitely the best running quarterback since Mike Vick. Maybe the best running when this is like that style. Obviously, short yardage, you'd go Cam. Not going to fight you on that one. Mm-hmm. But like open field runner, scrambling runner, Lamar's that dude. So what do they bring to the table? Well, they bring Zay Flowers in, who is fantastic at catch and making things happen after the catch. What does that allow Lamar Jackson to do? Quick reads. It's either throw it right now or run. What do? They get creative in the quarterback run game. Fake it to Derrick Henry up the middle and then get him loose on the outside for a big first down. Everything is built around their skill set. So ask yourself this. What is Bryce Young's superpower? Don't go into it saying, I want to build my offense like the Chiefs' offense. Don't go into it saying, I want to build my offense like what Dave Canales had in Tampa. Go into it saying, what's Bryce Young's superpower and what do we need to put around him? What plays do we need to have in the playbook to accentuate that? That's what those two teams last night did. And that's how you end up, by the way, with 2 of the 6 highest winning percentages for quarterbacks in NFL history. And this century, Mahomes is number 1, Brady is number 2, Lamar Jackson is number 3. When it comes to number of games you've started, what percentage have you won? Those are the top 3 this century. Learn from that. And by the way, you throw Brady in the mix. Brady's offenses looked so different than Mahomes' offenses. Looked so different than Lamar Jackson's offenses. Looked so different than all of the best offenses in history because every quarterback does things a little bit differently. What's Bryce Young's superpower? I think he has the between the ears thing. Right? He's wildly polished, the savant, the knowing what the defense is going to do before they do him. I think that's the best chance for him to have an NFL superpower. Let that loose. Unleash it. At the line of scrimmage, if he sees something, even if it's a gut instinct, let him act on it. Let him change the play. Heck, he doesn't even have to be secretive about it. If you like it, look to the side and go, Adam, run a dig. Like, you don't have, use it. And then know that, all right, the defense knows he's running a dig. What do I have off of that? Like, let him play the chess match. That's what his superpower is. Last year, one of the more frustrating things about Bryce Young's season is the more he struggled, the more they simplified the playbook. And I'm going like, well, the thing he does is the big playbook thing. Go the opposite. It's actually, I'll use LSU Joe Burrow as an example. This is a fantastic example, and it was former Panthers offensive coordinator Joe Brady that figured it out. Joe Burrow transferred to LSU for his junior year. Solid year. Not spectacular.
Nothing crazy.
He was given an NFL draft grade of 7th round pick or undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
He got pressured a lot, right? They brought the house a lot. And he didn't perform particularly well when pressured. Logic would say, okay, what we need to do is we need to go 6-man protection. We need to get a blocking tight end. We need to keep the running back in more so he has time and he can get the ball to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Terrace Marshall Jr. and all these guys down the field. Joe Brady, though, the offensive coordinator, and Ed Orgeron, give him credit to as the head coach, said, no. We have this guy, Joe Burrow. His superpower is his computing. He sees things, he reacts quick, and he gets the ball out fast.
And he can sling it.
There's also that. There's certain base level of physical ability, you're right. But coming back his senior year, they broke records for most 5-man protections. 5 wide, 5 guys blocking, and said, listen, now he knows that guy's not getting picked up. So if they bring somebody, one of those 5 wide receivers is going to be open, and one of them probably Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the slot or whatever. But they just said, we're going to go the opposite. We recognize what his superpower is. We're going to lean into that. Sure enough, maybe the greatest college football season in the history of college football for Joe Burrow. Definitely the best passing season in the history of college football. And he ends up being the number 1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner. And now he's worth, $55 million a year, whatever it is with the Bengals. Find what Bryce Young's superpower is and unleash it. You saw 2 guys unleashed last night. Patrick Mahomes with the find your guy, get him going, always finding a way to win, improbability. Lamar Jackson had 122 rushing yards. You saw 2 guys unleash their superpower last night. That's what you can learn. Don't hide a guy. Put him out there for everybody to see if you believe in him.